7 years ago, I was diagnosed with melanoma, so I understand what it's like to get that phone call from a doctor saying, you have cancer. And then you're like, okay, so now what's my next step? How do you go through surgery, whether or not you need chemotherapy? How do you deal with this? How do you live your life?
I love what I do. I love my patients. The first day, they walk in and they're really, really nervous.
My name's Elizabeth Chabner Thompson. I'm a radiation oncologist. My 4th year of medical school, my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was sort of a surreal experience when my mother called me and said, I have a lump in my breast, I have a mastectomy scheduled next week, and can you come home? I don't think you're ever prepared, and I think that that's really what drives me now.
Being diagnosed with breast cancer is, I think, shocking for anyone. As a medical professional and at 36 years old, it was mind-blowing.
I didn't believe it for a long time.
The community all came together to help me. I got a package in the mail and it was this beautiful bag filled with all different kinds of little treasures.
We've created the Biffle Bag. This is a best friends for life gift. We put together a Biffle Bag for a patient, thinking of everything that that patient needs, from hygiene to recovery tools, to wound care, to instruction. You name it, we've thought about it.
You don't know what you need. Your doctors tell you need to come in for surgery. Okay, oh my God, I forgot my toothbrush. Oh, that's great. Guess what? I have this bag now that has thought of the stuff that I have forgotten about.
My mother had prepared a bag, but a bag for being in the hospital, the surgery one day, and you're supposed to be out 2 days later. Biffle Bag is kind of like if you needed to go on a road trip with your kids and you threw everything in that you might need.
All the extra stuff makes a big difference.
It's very lightweight and it was easy to put a change of clothes in for the hospital, and that's the only thing that I took.
It gets into the aftercare, and I think that's particularly important.
The Biffle Bag puts everything that the patient needs from the doctor's perspective, from the nurse's perspective, even the hospital's perspective, into the patient's hands so that they go home equipped to care for themselves.
I was a very independent person, didn't want to depend on anyone. Didn't want to ask my family to go and look for these things that I needed to wear underneath the bra, because you can't find them. And the Biffle Bag had that for me.
The axilla pillow is a great thing. When a woman has a mastectomy or a lumpectomy and they get in their car, they can kind of put it in front of their chest and stop the seatbelt from touching their wounds. You usually have a scar, so that padding is great to keep your arm away from your sides.
This gave me the support that I needed, not to say to somebody, oh, come and help me get up again.
In 2006, I decided I was going to have prophylactic surgery. As a patient, I wish that I had been well equipped when I went into the hospital and brought all those things with me.
The bags for men are incredible because, you know, the men don't ever ask.
You'll never hear a man say, can you wheel that table over to me? They'll just sit there and look at it. What we anticipate by putting a Biffle Bag together for a man are all the little things that he would never ask for. We give him a grabber so he can pull the table over. We give him tools so that he can hide his incontinence pads in a newspaper sleeve.
It helps them that they're not always asking for help.
Particularly nice is the book to organize business cards, whether that be doctors or aftercare or physical therapy cards. My father, it allows him to empower himself, important for him as well as my mother.
We have a lot of hope. There's a lot of hope going on. We may not be able to fix everybody, but I can certainly make your day a little bit better.
My father once gave me some really good advice. He told me that when you're going on rounds, put your hand on the patient, hold their hand, because ultimately the recipient of that human touch is that much better off because of it. When your spouse or your loved one comes home from the hospital, all you want to do is make sure that they're not in pain. You want to do something. Here's a way of doing something.
Hopefully you won't know that many people that have to go through it and you won't have to give the gift, but if you do, it's an unbelievably caring and appreciated gift to give somebody.
Flowers isn't going to make me happy.
People give gifts all the time. I'm just proposing a new way of actually gifting a patient so that you hand them tools that will help them to recover.
I'm helping other people in the same situation, and I'm doing very well.
Biffle Bag is comfort.
Sort of a no-brainer bag.
It's like your BFF.
It is like a hug in the bag. It's like somebody else being there for you.
This bag is a blessing, and it's really pretty. It's cute.